The first thing you need to realize is that there is a difference between financial reporting quality and earnings quality. These are not the same things, okay? Now, financial reporting quality looks at a couple of key factors. First of all, the main factor would be, are our financial reports GAAP compliant, so generally accepted accounting practices, that's US GAAP or IFRS, are we complying with the various accounting rules? And the second factor here is whether the financial reports are decision useful. Are they accurate? Are they relevant? Are they timely? Are they unbiased? Very, very important point. We want unbiased financial accounts. Now, earnings quality also comes into flavors. When we are checking for high earnings quality, the first word we are looking for is the word sustainable earnings. Sustainable, guys, means that your earnings are recurring or core. They include items that are going to persist over the years. So watch out for unusual, infrequent, extraordinary, one-off items that are present and maybe inflating your earnings. That means that your earnings are not sustainable, okay? And that automatically would mean that you've got low quality of earnings. That's the first factor. The second factor is that you actually want to have high earnings rather than low earnings for them to be high quality, because your earnings need to be able to cover the cost of equity. Okay, so it's no good to have sustainable earnings that are low and are not sufficient to satisfy the requirements of investors. Both factors are important. I want recurring, sustainable earnings that are adequate in terms of satisfying the cost of equity. Also, as I said, your financial reports must be decision useful, which means they need to be unbiased. So you also need to understand what is biased accounting. Now, over the various videos from level 1 and 2, we have mentioned the term aggressive accounting and conservative accounting quite a bit. So let's just think about what is aggressive accounting. Aggressive accounting would be any practice that will overstate your sales. Okay, we'll see examples of that. Understate your expenses, therefore overstate your net income. Now, overstated net income means overstated equity. Understated expenses, for example, a depreciation that's too low means overstating assets. And why not maybe understating liabilities somehow, maybe by taking a provision that is not adequate. Yeah. So in earlier videos, we looked at banks maybe taking loan loss provisions, but those loan loss provisions may not be adequate given the credit risk of the portfolio. So all of this is aggressive accounting. Obviously, conservative would be the opposite of that. Now, while conservative accounting gives us less chance that something wrong's gonna happen because the company is being careful, the ideal scenario is a scenario where the company is not only using the correct GAAP rules, but it is also being unbiased in its estimates. The second example of a problem I'm giving you here is misclassifications of expenses. For example, a company may take a legitimate operating expense and instead of charging it to the income statement, thereby lowering net income, it may incorrectly capitalize it. Therefore, it may create an asset. So, misclassifying an operating expense as an asset, again, will lower expenses, increase net income, and then because we are capitalizing it, we will be creating an asset again, and that's going to be aggressive. So if you have biased accounting or misclassifications, that's going to give you low financial reporting quality. Now let's talk about the quality spectrum. This quality spectrum takes into account both the quality of your financial report as well as your earnings quality. And we start from top to bottom. At the top, is your best case scenario, the best possible outcome. And at the bottom is the worst possible outcome, which of course is outright fraud or fabricated or missing transactions. So let's start with the top bullet. GAAP compliant, okay, check. So that was one of the requirements for high financial reporting quality. Decision useful. Again, we've got unbiasedness here. So that already means that I've got high quality of financial reporting. And then I've got sustainable earnings. And pause the video and think about the second factor that will give me high earnings quality. And if you're telling me that it's adequate earnings that satisfy the cost of equity capital, that is correct. So this is basically the best outcome you can get. The second best is a situation where your financial report is of high quality, so it is GAAP compliant and decision useful, but your earnings quality is lower. So this is possible. You can have a high quality financial report with low earnings quality. Why? Because the accountants are following all the rules, they're being unbiased. However, unfortunately, the company is not doing well. Okay, its earnings are not sustainable. Maybe they've got a lot of one-off items. Maybe the earnings are simply low because the company is struggling. So they're not really generating adequate return on equity. Now, the third bullet already departs from high quality financial reporting because while we are GAAP compliant, which is a good thing, we begin using biased accounting, and that's a problem. We are maybe using aggressive accounting. The next one is even worse. That's when we are using non-compliant accounting. So that means that we are departing from generally accepted accounting practices. And the worst one is fictitious or missing transactions, which generally is referred to as zero quality of financial reporting. Yeah, no quality at all because you are simply cheating. You're being an Enron. You're being a WorldCom. Yeah, there's no quality at all to your financial report. On the other hand, these two bullets will typically be referred to as low quality of financial reporting. The reason being that either we are non-compliant with the accounting standards or we are compliant, but then we have biased accounting, so we're engaging in some kind of earnings manipulation. And here we come to the really important bullet at the bottom of the slide. High earnings quality is only possible if financial reporting quality is also high. So what that means is that the minute we've departed from high quality of financial reporting, the analysis of earnings simply becomes impossible. So it is impossible to talk about high quality of earnings or low quality of earnings. If you've got financial reports that you cannot trust, it is simply impossible to evaluate earnings quality. So really, we should be drawing a line just under the first two bullets. We do want high quality of financial reporting as the first and foremost priority. We want GAAP compliance. We want decision usefulness. And once we've got that, we can begin evaluating whether our earnings are of high quality, which would mean they're sustainable and adequate. If we don't have that, then forget about evaluating earnings quality.